Good morning and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It is Wednesday morning and I have been up since a stupid o'clock. It's about 6:30 now. I've already had tea and toast. So what I did was I sat and made up my autumn checklist. Now I have put it on the website, which is primeofmidlife.co.uk. So you can see it there. If you don't want to write everything down from the video, it's all there. You can just copy and paste, so that shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, that's all been done. So I thought I would just make a quick video, go through what I've put on the checklist, just because sometimes it's easier to sit down with a cup of tea. Just what I will be doing in another 10 minutes. Or possibly just going into work and having early tea at work, because it's that sort of time. It's like, do I go to work now and have tea there, or do I sit and have a cup of tea, but then it's going to be rushed. Anyway, autumn checklist. Now, the first thing to look at is your property. Looking at the exterior of it, you want to check your roof. As I said before, make sure your slates aren't squinty, make sure there's no tiles missing. If it's a flat roof, make sure there's no cuts in it. If you've got a wood burner, you want to be getting the flue done. If it's an old fire, you want to be getting the chimney done. And somebody actually put in the comments that they get the certificate for their house insurance. I had never even thought of that, and I work with house insurance. So yes, make sure you get anything like that done. If your boiler needs to be checked, get your boiler checked. Window seals, check the outside, make sure there's nothing there, make sure there's no bits falling off. Because you don't really want to have a howling gale and then something goes wrong and you end up with water coming through your window. Also check your outside drains. Now, I know that at mum and dad's house we had no problem for years, then all of a sudden there was a huge rainstorm and it started coming in the French doors, patio doors, the big double door things. So what dad did is he actually dug a little channel to channel it round the side of the house to take it away. Um, your wood pile, is it still suitable? Is it still holding up your shelter for your wood? And of course your shed. Is it still waterproof? Is the lock still good? Etc. etc. So yeah, outside of your property, I would say first on the list, before the weather turns. Inside the property, then you're looking at things like, are the doors opening and closing okay? Because at the moment, yes, we've had a lot of rain, but it's not been too bad. But if you get a lot of rain and cold water, what if your doors are struggling to close now? What if they swell in the wet? Are you going to be able to close them? Are you going to be able to lock your door, keep your property secure? Have a check. That's really worth looking into. Check your drains, put some drain cleaner down all your drains so that that's all done for the cold weather. Check your toilets are flushing, your cisterns are filling. Um, Again, check your window seals on the inside. You want to be having a look at that. Someone asked, how do I get ventilation in the house if I've got bubble wrap in the windows? Because the bubble wrap's only on the glass. It doesn't actually cover the whole window pane. It's just on the bits of glass. So my windows still open and close as normal. But I will show you that probably next month because I need to get some new bubble wrap for some areas. Preps. Now, I know I've got a water canister, like a gallon water thing. The water's been in there for over a year now, so I've just emptied it. It's going to get refreshed. Bottles of water will get brought down here to get used, and we'll buy some more bottles of water because they're also like over a year old in plastic bottles. So we need to do that. Check your tins, cans, check your dates. I know most of the things in tin cans can be used longer than their use by date, but you want to keep an eye on what's hit its use by date. Any pressure can stuff, dehydrated, any jam you've made, anything that you've preserved yourself. Just go and have a look at it, check it's still sealed, check it still looks good, no mold growing on it, and then you're safe to, in the winter, just lift whatever you need. And meds. Now, we want to start looking at cold and flu meds as well as your normal ibuprofen and paracetamol, basically because here in the UK, There's only so many of them you can buy at a time to stop ease of overdosing. So we're only allowed to buy so much in one shop. So if, like me, it's like if I go through to Perth on a Saturday, I think there's 3 or 4 shops just not far from Patrick's, and I just go into each one and I buy paracetamol and brufen in that one, paracetamol, brufen in that one, and in that one I get the cold meds because it's time to start stocking up on your cold meds. Also, don't forget your antihistamine, because although that's hay fever normally and in the summer, it's also very good for allergies. So make sure you've got some antihistamine just in case anyone's got allergies or anyone comes to visit you. Like when Mandy came to visit me, we did not know she was allergic to cats. She had not been near cats in years. Yes, she soon learned with the lovely Raven, and she loves Raven and she spoils Raven, and then she has to take antihistamine because she can barely breathe and is coughing up a lung. So yes, that needs to be done. Also now, for keeping warm, obviously blankies. Go check your blankies. Check moths haven't got into them. Check they don't need repaired. Check they're still there, and if as long as they're all good, get them aired out so that they don't smell horrible when you use them. Check your flasks. Get the denture cleaning tablets. Sterident, I think they're called here in the UK. Put them in your flask with some water, leave it overnight. Cleans up flasks a treat. My dad did that for years. Socks, boots, thermals, hat, make sure you've got your hat, your gloves, your scarves. Check your boots. Now, I've got waterproof boots, but I've also got leather boots. They're my old cadet boots from when I helped with cadets. And trust me, building your boots, putting loads of polish on them really helps waterproof them. So get your boots checked, get your jackets checked, make sure they're not ripped, make sure they're still waterproof. If you're looking for wrist warmers, now's the time to start knitting them because they take me forever. But yeah, it's time to think of those little bits, preferably starting outside, because you want to be doing the outside when it's still kind of half decent weather. So yeah, now I am going to go and I will upload this and head to work. So I'll catch you later.